The strongest sign of a positive trend was just recorded. The price of XRP Ripple is going to levels that have never been seen before, thanks to BlackRock, the biggest company in the world. Even though it sounds crazy, it's real. They want to buy $9.7 trillion 0 cents worth of XRP coins, which has been leaked. A lot of people think this will make XRP worth $10,000 0 cents this month. Watch this whole video. Let's jump right in. Nota bene, things are getting hot again in the crypto world. Now everyone is looking at XRP. There has been a lot of positive talk on CryptoX about the possibility of a BlackRock XRP ETF, with many people believing that something big is about to happen. What began as rumors is now being supported by reputable experts and people who work in the same field. It could have a huge effect on XRP if it comes true. Nate Goreshi, a famous ETF analyst, started a debate when he said that he fully expects BlackRock to file for spot Solana and XRP ETFs. He said this because it would make no sense for them to give up other top crypto asset ETF categories to rivals. It doesn't seem like a question of if or when BlackRock will add XRP to its Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, since they are already the best. Soon after Goresi's words, the buzz got stronger. Aminex said that BlackRock XRP ETF is on the way. Even though there hasn't been an official filing yet, the market mood has changed. Any longer, it's not just empty talk. It's about getting ready for a move that could change the game for XRP. Cobb wrote, "I swear to God, with all this non-stop bullish news on XRP at this rate, we should see a BlackRock ETF filing by the end of June. This is how people feel on social media." The Wall Street bull went on, "The market will not even be close to being ready for what will happen if BlackRock launches an XRP ETF. The bold claim from Crypto Geek was that, whether that number is symbolic or not, it shows the level of confidence some investors have in the sheer scale of what's brewing. What does an ETF really mean? What does it have to do with XRP? In simple words, an exchange-traded fund, ETF, is a group of stocks or bonds that you can buy and sell on the stock market. Picture a fruit basket. You don't buy just one apple, banana, or grape. You buy a piece of the whole box. The same is true for a crypto ETF. It lets people invest in a digital asset like XRP without having to use an exchange or have a crypto wallet. And when a big company like BlackRock, which is in charge of almost $10 trillion, 0 cents, sells that basket, everyone can use it, from traders on Wall Street to pension fund managers. With the release of a spot XRP ETF, institutional buyers would be able to invest in XRP through legal means. Would bring in a lot of cash into the market and keep demand high. We already knew what would happen with Bitcoin. iShares from BlackRock Bitcoin Trust brought in billions of dollars, which helped Bitcoin reach new heights. In May 2024, Ethereum ETFs came out and the market was very happy to see them. XRP is now seen as the next most likely choice. The fact that XRP became legal in 2023 is what makes it so appealing. Judge Annalisa Torres said that XRP is not a security when it is bought and sold on crypto swaps and other secondary markets. This difference in the law is very important because it takes away a big obstacle to formal adoption. The case between Ripple and the SEC isn't over yet, but XRP has more legal certainty than most other altcoins, which gives it an edge. A wider crypto index ETF, which would hold a number of top digital assets, possibly including XRP, is also being talked about by BlackRock. With that much exposure, XRP would become even more part of traditional banking and be held by more institutions. If a BlackRock XRP ETF comes out, it could have a huge impact on the price of XRP. There's more to ETFs than just talk. They put steady, large-scale pressure on people to buy. Businesses don't only buy and sell based on tweets, they spend a lot of money over a long period of time. This could mean that XRP will go up in value over the long term, not just during short-term trade spikes. BlackRock's move won't just affect XRP. It might change the way everyone thinks about dealing in crypto. The Wall Street bull said that the market will not be ready for what is to come, right? And things are getting even crazier because crypto experts now say that XRP will grow at a rate that you are not ready for. There will be institutional money, capital flows worth trillions of dollars, and price estimates that will blow your mind. The next thing that happens could make everything different. That's why XRP is still worth about $2.00. But crypto experts with millions of fans say it's the best chance in the whole digital asset space. A well-known XRP expert named Barry C says that anything less than $3.00 is a good deal. Followers are being told to get as much as they can before the price goes through the roof. Because he said to buy XRP before it goes through the roof and hits $1,000. Being that sure of yourself isn't just wishful thought. It comes from years of studying how markets work, how useful tokens are, and the big move toward tokenized banking. As Barry C says, XRP will soon reach $10.00 and then go through to $20.00 during the next altcoin season. A move that would make us 700% richer than we are now. Yes, he does think that XRP will drop by 50% after that rise, possibly to around $5.00, but that would still be 2x, 4x higher than where it is now. The big shock comes next for people who have believed for a long time. He thinks that XRP will reach $1,000.00 in 10 years. That would need a market value of about $58 trillion. Without a doubt, that is a huge number. One, though, that puts XRP on the same level as the global payment lines it was made to change. It sounds completely crazy, but as the whole financial system moves slowly toward tokenization and more banks turn to blockchain for speed and better payment, XRP is ahead of the rest because of how it is built. CryptoGeek goes one step further and says that Congress should start buying XRP at $10,000.00. Lots of people think this tweet is funny, but some really take it seriously because of what we've seen governments and big businesses do behind the scenes. The XRP Avengers agree with this bold view, stating, "This isn't just the fault of analysts with crazy price goals. The XRP group is feeling different things quickly." Steph posts on Twitter, "People who own XRP, you're about to get very rich." A line from Amonix that really gets to the heart of early adopters adds to the story. "They'll make fun of you at first, and then they won't believe you. Finally, they'll say, wow, he was so lucky." John Squire, on the other hand, warns them in one easy sentence: "Fear doesn't get you XRP." That line hits home for holders who have been through the SEC case, listing changes, and years of nothing happening. Now that the law is clear, institutions are interested again, and rumors about ETFs are going around. The tide may finally be changing, but only for those who stuck with it. And that's why this moment is so important. Even a hint that BlackRock might file could cause the XRP market to change overnight. Someone wrote that the market will not even come close to being ready for what will happen if BlackRock launches an XRP ETF. So maybe that guess that XRP will reach $10,000.00 isn't so crazy after all. Of course, you can't miss Ripple's relationships with what's going on behind the scenes at the moment. It's crazy, as well as exciting. There are multi-billion-dollar businesses, deals that happen across borders, and Ripple finally stepping into the role it was always meant to play. Ripple is quickly growing into a major player in global banking. What comes next could completely change the way money works in the future. So, a new study from MasterCard proved something very important. XRP is used by SBI Remit to